back. There's a great new comedic talent on the horizon. His name is Brian Major. He's a fellow Haida, and his humor is racially charged and exciting. His talent is amazing. He's got a university degree, and he also is a father. So he's got a lot of information to pull from there in his comedy routine. So let's have a look to see what his comedy is like.
My name is Brian Major, and as you might be able to guess from my name, I'm Native. But, I'm no different than any Canadian. I want the same things as you do. I want a nice home, I want a good education, and whatever else the government wants to give me. I'm from the Haida Nation, but I was talking to this other Native guy. He goes, I don't like you Haidas, because in the 1800s, you Haidas came down to my village and you burned it to the ground and you killed every family except mine and one other family. Then I got upset. I was like, hey, don't blame me for something that my people did to your people over 200 years ago. I wasn't there. Where have I heard those words before? Oh, yeah, that's right. I was sitting in class one day, and this white lady put up her hand, and she goes, what do we call them? She was talking about me. Are they Aboriginal? Are they Indigenous? Are they First Nations? Are they Native? Are they Indians? What do we call them? So I put up my hand and I said, lady, just call us whatever you call us whenever we're not in the room. She goes, oh no, I couldn't do that. That would be rude. The Indian version of Monopoly? In the Indian version of Monopoly, there's no get out of jail free card. You can't put hotels on your property, you just put casinos. And if you're playing Indian Monopoly with a white person, they can just take your property whenever they want.
Speaking of land claims, there's a huge land claim that was signed about 10 years ago up in the Northwest Territories. Do you know how much of that land they gave to me? None of it. So I was at the university this one time, and this white guy came up to me, and he goes, I heard you Indians get a free education. I don't get a free education. I have to pay for my education, and I pay taxes. And my tax dollars pay for your free education. What have you got to say to that? I said, thank you. I said, you keep on paying those taxes, buddy. And I'm thinking of going to law school. Actually, I'm not. But I originally did plan to go to law school, but I don't think I'm going to. But that was the plan. I was going to go to law school because with all these land claims and treaty talks here in British Columbia, I was going to become a lawyer, and I was going to win back the land for my people.
Well, Brian, that was absolutely hilarious. You're a great comedian. How did you get into this?
I got started at the University of Northern British Columbia. I took a class called Indigenous Humor. And at the end of the class, instead of a final exam, we had to do a performance. And everyone got into little groups or paired up, and I was kind of left on my own. And you
were left on your own and everybody got paired up?
Yeah.
What a drag. They miscounted. Okay, so continue.
And so I didn't know what to do. And one night I was just watching TV and I saw a Crime Stoppers commercial, and there's a reenactment of the crime and then a description. And I thought, well, how did this guy get the job? The actor, because I fit the description better than he does.
Yeah.
And so that became a story. And then I had tried to cash a check, and I had problems cashing the check, and that became a story. And then I did the performance, and it went really well. And I got a lot of positive feedback from people, and they said, you have to keep going with this. And so I did. There were a lot of opportunities at the university to perform and get on stage, and I took every opportunity. I wrote new material. And it led me to opening for Don Burnstick one time, and he gave me the advice of performing at Native conferences. And I've been doing that ever since.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, you obviously have a lot of material. Okay, some of the material is controversial. I mean, how do non-Native people feel about, obviously you're saying things that are quite sensitive and people don't know how to react.
Well, it's funny because when I perform in clubs, say here in Vancouver at Yuck Yucks, it's mainly a non-Native audience, and they're sitting in the dark among their peers. And
is there not a nervousness when you're out there performing?
In the larger rooms, there's not. But in the smaller rooms where I can actually see them and I hear the individual laughs, there is. Because you can see them looking at each other like, should I be laughing at this?
Well, we're going to be looking out for you because you are really hilarious. I love the Indian Monopoly thing. That's just awesome.